likely that we're going to see a tie break in this match. But let me go ahead and say that Magnus will win.
Okay.
He won with black against Gukesh. We know it's possible, right?
Okay, just for today's game, not for today's game.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think both games, actually this game, Pragnananda between Carlsen, my prediction it will be a draw.
Yeah.
But the game between Nijat versus Fabiano, I think Fabiano will win.
You think he'll win?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we see C4 on the board. Yeah, that was the big question, what move they're going to open with. And he goes to C4. He's tried, actually, like Magnus himself, right? Magnus has also been very versatile. Actually, Magnus in this tournament, I checked, he played E4, D4, C4. Now, the C4 game, no one probably really remembers, but that was back in like the early rounds when he played Levan Pantulaya.
Yep.
And that was when he had finished the game with the beautiful rook sack on E8.
Right, yes.
So that game might ring a bell when you remember the rook sack.
Yeah, actually, that was the time when I was commentating with Fishy, and Fishy himself didn't see this rook E8, and he was like, okay, this could easily be the move of the day, rook E8.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I first saw it, I had to spend like a minute trying to understand where is the checkmate, you know, because it's coming, I think, from the side with the queen, yeah?
Right, yeah, very resourceful and very tactical as well. Okay, so now, move prediction.
Oh, yeah.
After C4, okay, Carlsen is taking his time, so let's okay, knight F6 is quite likely.
Yes.
Very, very likely, knight F6, but could be anything, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, C4 in Pragg's games featured a lot in his match with Hikaru, right? That's where we saw most of his games in this tournament with C4. And Hikaru played, I mean, E5 lines, right? So what Magnus could do, I mean, I'm sure he's seen those games, but it's actually pretty hard to predict.
Yeah.
No, I have no idea.
Yeah, he can do pretty much anything, yeah, even C6 in this position too. So, but knight F6 gives more flexibility in order to choose which line that he wants to play later on. So, yeah, I think, do we have the similar prediction for this first move of Carlsen?
Do you think knight F6?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
He will take his time. He will take his time in choosing.
I won't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, knight F6, I mean, basically Carlsen, one of the things that is like quite predictable in his repertoire, at least that he always likes to go to, is the Nimzo, right?
Oh,
we see a pawn move on the board, so he went
E5.
for E5.
Okay.
Yeah.
E5 it is. So we will see a reverse Sicilian maybe.
Knight C3. And probably knight F6.
And rook A2 is on the board. So yeah, we are seeing the final seconds or final minutes of the first game.
Yeah, rook C4 actually, and then knight takes E2.
Rook C6 and draw. Great.
And draw. I mean, they've made 30 moves, so it's kind of coming. Magnus plays C5.
Okay.
He's funny, right? That's the thing. He has a sense of humor that he brings into his games.
And now rook takes E2, and the knight will go to E6 just to go.
Oh, you think? Yeah. No, knight can't go to E6 because there's rook C2.
No. No, rook takes E2.
Rook takes E2. Yeah. Okay.
And that's it. So the first game between Pragnananda versus Magnus Carlsen ended with a draw, like I expected, but a totally unexpected result happened on the other board between Abasov versus Caruana, where Caruana just uncharacteristic of him. It's I also couldn't explain it how he made that decision of Queen B4. It's almost the same like F4, but okay, F4 was more understandable in the tiebreak, but Queen B4 was totally a blunder. So yeah, we saw on the camera both Pragnananda and Carlsen. They are analyzing the games.
Yeah. That's right. Well, you know, the thing is, Magnus knows so much about chess that it's quite hard to catch him out in the opening, right? So, I mean, I find one of the interesting things is, for example, that he went with this knight of 6 move today, early on, and this reversed dragon, which is a move that is like, I mean, he's played it before, but it's so much less common than the other options, right? And I guess when you play Magnus, it's just like you have to know everything in chess.
Obviously. So I cannot wait to see what Magnus will come up with tomorrow with white pieces. Will he try to surprise Pragnananda out of the opening, or maybe he will play some safer option in the openings and then looking forward to playing in the tiebreak?
Yeah, well, here's this an interesting